Another program that we actually helped develop within working with the livestock farming community was that of our livestock guarding dog program. And the small stock goats and sheep are oftentimes just left out. And they're very vulnerable. They're not the brightest of the livestock, maybe none of the livestock is, but we started using a large breed of dog, an Anatolian Shepherd or a Kangal dog, which is a Turkish breed. And they've been used in Turkey for about 5,000 years. They are a dog that is very used to living in very varying climates, and so in Namibia we're in a very high desert, so it does get very cold at night, especially in our winters, and it can get very, very hot. And so the dogs are able to actually adapt to that climate. The dogs also are an independent thinking dog. Some of the livestock guarding dog breeds, and there are about 20 different breeds of these guarding dogs throughout Europe, oftentimes like to be in your backyard. And so maybe your cattle are there, your dairy goats or your dairy cattle are in your backyard, and the dog doesn't have to go far. The Anatolian Shepherd and the Kangal dog is used to covering very huge areas because in the Anatolian Plateau, the herders would take their flocks in very great distances to go to very big pastures. And so they would be moving, and the dogs became independent thinking dogs. They realized that they were covering large areas, and the herder might be not able to keep up sometimes with the flocks, and the dogs will actually take on the role themselves to protect the livestock. They bark loudly, they mark territory, and then a predator won't come in. The predator smells the dog, hears the bark, and realizes this is something equally in size, and the predators avoid because they do not want to be hurt by a large dog. And so that breed of dog has done great. We use those dogs in Namibia. In now 2018, we celebrated our 25th anniversary of using the dogs. And for the 25 years that we started in the early 90s, with a handful of dogs, of which we've gotten new bloodlines in, and we've managed very carefully breeding, we selectively keep certain dogs, but then we actually breed the dogs and give the dog to the livestock farmers. And when we breed the dogs, we give the dogs to the farmers when they're about 10 weeks of age. We have vaccinated them and sterilized them, neutering, sterilizing them, and then placing them with the farmers, and then monitor how the dogs are doing the entire life of the dog, which means that we work very closely with the farmers, with the villages, with the communities, to not only help them reduce livestock loss to predators, but help them with all of their livestock management and help them understand more about how they can live in harmony with wildlife. Namibia is a huge country, and it is a very arid country. And so we've got staff on the road constantly. We've got dedicated vehicles to be on the road. If needed, our veterinarian staff will actually go and help the dogs, or our Gepard, who is our livestock guarding dog farmer liaison, will bring the dogs back. We will work with the dog, try to get it healthy if it's had problems, and then take the dog back. When we place our litters of puppies, we try to place them in areas that are all in the same place, so that during the period of time as they're at least growing, when we're checking on how they're doing and vaccinating them, that we are actually going in the same place. So we can spend maybe a week or two in one area versus for that litter here and here and here and here. We will this year probably have about 50 puppies born, and that'll be about 5 litters. They have about 10 puppies, 8 to 10 puppies per litter. And then as we place them, we will monitor them at 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and then 18 months, and then annually thereafter. So the farmers are always a part of our family, and they know that they can call us at any time, and we are kind of at their demand. We do take dog food with us when we're traveling all the time, and the farmers can buy the dog food from us at cost. And we have bred and placed over 650 of the dogs in the 25 years since the program started, and we have a 2-year waiting list, so it's something that we want to continue to grow. we see a decline between 70 to 100% livestock loss by having the dog to any predator, not just the cheetahs, but to the jackals, which everybody hates, the leopards, even baboons, even theft, human theft. So we've had a very good success rate in looking at how the dogs are protecting livestock.